offering a psalm for the healing of the soul of the nation. And
I thought this was for the tea leaves of the soul.
And the tea leaves.
The tealing.
The tealing.
Healing and tea together is called
the reeling. Oh gosh, it just doesn't.
The tealing of the soul of the nation.
That too, because it just doesn't seem to get any more bizarre. So, in our tradition, we offer a psalm. We read Tehillim. We just read them by the bedside of the sick. That's our custom. When we feel like we can't do anything else, this is something we can do. To offer Tehillim, these Tehillim from the word to praise, even though most of these psalms are not praises, just a few of them are. So today is Psalm 6, and we should begin with 28 days, right? 28 days to go until the election. We mailed in our ballots yesterday.
את עברי תורך בפינו, ובפי עמך בית ישראל ונחיה, אנחנו לצאצאי עמך בית ישראל, כולנו יודעי שמך ולומדי תורתך לשמה. ברוך אתה אדוני המלמד תורה לעמו ישראל. Amen. Look, O God, make the words of your Torah pleasant on our lips, and the lips of all of those who come into our circle, so we can spend a time in learning for the pleasure of it. Blessed are you, and for the purpose of it, for the intention, for what we know, to move into what we do, into action, into the works of our hands. Into the works of our hands, as the psalmist says. Baruch atah Adonai. Blessed are you who teaches to your people in this fashion. Amen.
Begin your day with something holy. It will uplift everything else that happens during the day. You know, and I think many of us need that, especially right now. So Psalm 6 begins with something really interesting. It begins with, again, Lamanetzeach. We had this yesterday, but the one who grants victory through the power of music. These psalms are meant to be sung, and this one draws upon the 8 strings. You know, typically we are 7. In Judaism, we are 7. 7 is present time, but when we have 8 is the messianic.
Lamala min hateva, above nature.
Above nature. And so, what is an 8-stringed instrument? It says that
it's an oud.
An oud, of course, it would be an oud. The harp in David's harp supposedly had 7 strings, but was always waiting for that 8. They should have known about the oud. So, of course, the oud would have 8 strings, reminding us that there is time for, there is a reach, there is a belief, there is this messianic dream we have is not just a dream. It is something we can work toward. You can play something?
Let's get into it.
Okay, we'll get into this psalm. So, to you who grants victory through the power of music on the instrument with the 8 strings. There's also a teaching that there will be 10 strings.
That's
once we're living there, once we are there.
It's also in the Psalms.
Right, it's there. Because the sphera, the attributes of godliness will fill everything.
I have a poem about that.
We'll have to hear that. Verse 2. God, do not rebuke me. This psalm is also for the sick. This one really talks about the sickness of the body, the soul, and the spirit. God, do not rebuke me in your anger. Do not chasten me with your wrath. Favor me, God, for I am humbled. I'm letting you know. I know I can't do this alone.
I'm down and it's humbled me.
Yeah, so heal me, God, for my bones, to my very bones, I am afflicted. Verse
sick
4.
to my bones.
And my soul also, above all, my soul, nafshi, my soul is stricken.
Ad Matai.
Ad Matai. For how long? For how long, God, will this last? So, Shuvu Adonai. Right? Hotza Nafshi. Return. Shuvu, like from Teshuvah, right? We've just been talking so much about Shuv, return, Shuv, from Teshuvah to turn, this notion of the possibility of transformation. Shuvu Adonai, return, God, free my soul. Help me, for Lama'an, for your Lama'an Hasdecha, for your compassion, for your mercy. For your mercy's sake, with your mercy, have compassion on me, right? Free my soul from this affliction. For in death, there's no remembrance of you. So kind of the psalmist, I think, here is bargaining with death, with bargaining with God around death. Hey, when I'm dead, I can't do the work. I can't do the work of tikkun. I can't do the work of praising you, of honoring you. I can't do the work here if I die from this, right? In death, there is no remembrance in you. In the grave, who will do homage to you? I don't know. I'm hoping there is more to that. Verse 7. I am weary. I'm weary with sighing. I make my bed swim. The image here, Hirsch suggests is you kind of melt into your bed. You become one with it. You disappear. I melt away through my tears. Verse 8. My eye is even is rotted, is dim with decay because of my grief. I guess I'm crying so much. I get that. Sometimes your eye is dim with decay because of my grief. It says it's moved from its socket because all of that which oppresses me. In other words, I'm not seeing straight for my grief, for my tears. So depart from me, all you workers of violence. And so it's asking God to move away, from the evil. You workers of violence, go away from me, because God has heard the voice of my tears. We think about Hagar crying out, and her tears opening the heavens and providing the water for her son. We think about Rachel's tears that will continue until all children are safe. God has heard my tears. God will accept my prayer. And finally, the last verse. I have faith that all my enemies will be deceived and greatly dismayed. There's a word here for shamed. They will be ashamed of themselves, right? They're the ones that will be taken away, right? They are the ones that will be taken away and deceived by their evil. So hopefully this psalm opens up a teaching that Jim will offer in his interpretation. And
you think
give
this
us a
psalm
little
has
hope.
any application to what we're living with?
Jeez, they every day they get more relevant, these psalms.
Says her roommate with irony.
Yeah, right.
Psalm 6, 8 strings. Oud of the future, 8th string of confidence. A lifting up from the floor, we have fallen. David, take up a tune. Anger, do not overcome me over nothing of substance. My bones hurt, and my soul, how long, Ad Matai? Free my soul, we are in danger. I am swimming in the melting away. Remove from me waters of violence. Hear a voice. I am weary with crying. Take my cry, turn it into prayer. My detractors dried out. In a moment, I revive. 28
8 days.
8 days counting.
Let me just repeat that verse 10. You've captured it so beautifully. Shema Adonai, Techi Nati Adonai, Tefilati Ikach. Hear, God, these yearnings, these supplications that we're sending out to you today, and accept our prayer, accept our shouting out to the universe that we will not be shamed, we will not be without hope, because we can live this day. We can live this day the best we can.
Amen. Amen.
In a moment, I revive.
I revive.
I revive. Thank you for joining us for this 6th Psalm and 28 days and counting till the election. We hope you have a day that is lifted up out of the schmutz into the light. And it's also Tuesday. Kitov, Kitov.